after a while, you're just gonna be bitter. So I guess I would just say, be really honest with yourself about why you wanna move. With more and more people getting the access to be able to make money online, now more than ever, people are able to venture out while still maintaining a full-time job, and that means more people are looking for new places to live. I know a lot of people that have come to Thailand to spend an extended period or commit to living here full-time. A lot of them have stayed, but a lot have also gone home. So in today's video, we are gonna figure out why. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am out for my little nightly cruise here in Jomtien. The bike needs a little bit of love right now, and the thing I need to fix, of course, needs a special tool, so I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. So we're local for a few days, but no big deal. It is the perfect time of year right now in Thailand, weather-wise. This like transition where it's still raining, you know, a few times a week, but it's also cool and breezy. I love it. But I'm assuming you're not here to talk about the weather. So what are these things that you should watch out for, or things that you might want to prep for mentally if you're planning on coming to Thailand? The first thing that I think will really help your integration. It took me a little while to learn. That's not to say I was like upset or anything, but it can be a problem if you are kind of a creature of habit. Let's say it like that. If you're a person that you have, you know, your systems or the systems that you use, whatever you're used to those, you like things to go this way, and when things don't go that way, it might rub you the wrong way. It's a very directional explanation. When you come to Thailand, of course, things are gonna be very different. You're gonna run into things that you didn't realize were very different, but they are. Now, especially if you're planning on living here, you're gonna have to deal with some systems, programs, however you wanna call it, just some things that are for sure gonna be different. So be open-minded about it, because if you're not, after a while, you're just gonna be bitter, which we will get into being bitter more in a little bit. Okay, in true Tempus TV fashion, I was gonna walk a little bit further because it is really nice today, but as you can tell, it's getting dark. So we're gonna cruise through this. One for sure way to set you on the fast track to that return flight home that you might not want, or it might come a lot sooner. If you are maybe the type of person that you're kind of spend it if you got it, in the sense that, you know, maybe you've set goals of certain amounts of money you wanted to make, and then as you reach those goals, you kind of don't feel like anything changes. You're still like check to check. If you can be somewhat financially irresponsible, however you want to, you know, crumble that cookie. If you have trouble taking care of your money, if you have a little bit of trouble taking care of your money, maybe you just like shopping, maybe you really like steak, maybe you really like beer, which we will get into more later. That is something I would highly recommend trying to get somewhat of a handle on, or at least acknowledging that and preparing for it. If you do a budget and it's $2,000, but you know you, and you can add another $2,000 on it, great. But if you're coming here long-term, it can be really easy to do, even though things are cheaper, if that makes sense. Now, you may or may not know, in a recent video, we talked about how the conversation of how friendly Thai people are, how I feel like there are people who take that the wrong way and try to manipulate it. You know, those people that kind of associate kindness with weakness. If for some reason you're one of those people, I would imagine that you're gonna be in and out pretty quick. In a sense, you might spend some time in Thailand, but it probably won't be the way that you want to. Long story short, Thai people in general, and especially the legal system, they just don't mess around when it comes to serious stuff. And if you're being honest with yourself, which you should be, if, you know, maybe you're somewhat of a hothead, or, you know, maybe that's something you're trying to work on, where you're trying to, you know, maybe not try and take advantage of people that are nice, I don't advise working on it here. Get that squared away, figure that out before you come here, because it's not gonna end up good. Something that ties in a bit with the money thing, if you're planning on staying in somewhere like Bangkok, Pattaya, I mean, even Chiang Mai, Phuket, pretty much any of the major cities. And don't get me wrong, I'm not judging in the slightest. I have been known to do this myself, but if you're somebody who has trouble saying no, or you get FOMO, dude, there's a whole pack of dogs It's like, I'm not scared of dogs individually, but when there's 12 of them. If you're somebody who, if there's a party going on, you have trouble saying no to it, that can for sure become an issue. Because minus maybe Las Vegas, the availability of the beers to drink and the parties to be had pretty much anywhere in Thailand is relatively 24/7. Minus a very select few days throughout the year, it's all the time. Now, if I was to make a list of all the things that I think are great about Thailand, if I was to make a video about that and try to do every single one, it would be a very long video. For me, my experience on coming here has a lot to do with the way I feel about it. And like we said earlier, if you have a bad experience, you can of course end up jaded, which is something I've seen and I totally understand it. I suppose I've been somewhat lucky in my experience. And if you were to go out there and look for content talking about all the really good things about Thailand, you would find a lot of it. But the mistake to be made here that can make you end up feeling like maybe Thailand isn't for you is thinking that Thailand has all the answers. Or, you know, going to any new place for the wrong reasons, I feel like is not a good idea, let alone a new country. So I guess I would just say, be really honest with yourself about why you want to move before you move like, you know, 7,000 miles away to the other side of the planet. Now, of course, this is just a few of the things that could set you on the wrong path, you know what I mean? Or force you to go back home before you want to. If you or someone you know personally has had an experience where they wanted to come to Thailand long term and then they couldn't for whatever reason and is willing to share their story, please let me know down in the comments below. And if you made it this far and you enjoyed the video, I mean, you know what to do. Everybody says it, you know what to do. If you like the video, cool. If you want to see more videos, you know what to do. I think we just barely did it. There's probably about 10 minutes of daylight left. Look at us, getting it done. All right, guys, I'm gonna finish my walk. I'm gonna grab some food. I will see you in the next video.